Hi everyone, this is an update video. I haven't made a live video in a while, and there's a really good reason for that. So I'm gonna change my status of this video to public to make sure that everyone has access to it, and then we're gonna jump right in to tons of updates. All right, so if you're watching this or watching the replay, please say hi. You might have noticed I've been kind of quiet on stories and kind of been quiet on just general posting. And that is because I found out a week ago that I am expecting and that by now I'm like 10 weeks pregnant and had no idea. So how this came about, it's a plug for one of my programs right here. Obviously you can see the wonderful acne too that is accompanying this pregnancy. It's like nailing it. For sure. I'm exhausted. I want to throw up all the time. And my face looks like this. Great. So back in July, you guys may have remembered that I completed a 21-day ultimate reset. So it was a nutritional reset program where I was focusing on clean eating. It is vegan-based. So it's just pure plant-based with strong supplementation, a lot of water, strong hydration, no caffeine, no sugar. So it's just really a clean way of eating. It strips down your diet and makes sure that you're eating really clean for 21 days. Well, that ended July 27th. That following week of August, I got pregnant and did not know. And I want to share something really, really interesting here, especially if you're someone that has struggled with miscarriage, because that was me. I have a almost 5-year-old, and between my 5-year-old and my current pregnancy, I've lost approximately 3 babies. 1 that was like officially diagnosed by a doctor, 2 that never got that far. And I never really understood what was going on. I also miscarried before my son. So I was really just confused, as most women are when that stuff happens, as to like, why is it that I can get pregnant, but I can't stay pregnant? And something clicked for me while I was thinking about this particular pregnancy and also how I got pregnant with my son, that I am pretty 100% sure really affected my ability to carry out those pregnancies versus not. So I have PCOS, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. So infertility is not an uncommon symptom for people like me to have. But there's also other stuff that affects your ability to carry. And so I'm going to share what I think was mine, because I think this might help a lot of people. So I got pregnant with my son when I was doing yoga teacher training. So I am a certified yoga instructor. During the program, when I committed to that certification, one of the things that they had us do was eat a yogi diet. So again, I was eating primarily vegetarian. I had never done that before in my life up until that point. So I went totally plant-based. I got off of caffeine for the first time in a long time. Like, I used to do these things where I'd like not drink caffeine for a week at a time. But this program was, I want to say, like 4 months, or maybe more than that. Maybe 4 months. Honestly, 4 months. So for 4 months, I wasn't drinking caffeine, no stimulants of any kind. And just really, practicing a lot of yoga and getting really strong. At that point in time, it was the most physical activity I had really done consistently, because I was trying to get a lot of hours for my teacher training. And then right the week I was going to graduate, I found out I was pregnant. An incredibly successful pregnancy, obviously carried it to term. Once I found that I was pregnant and I graduated, I did return to eating the way that I ate, didn't have any problems. But by the time that I was graduating, I think I was already maybe 6 weeks pregnant. Found out 4 weeks. I graduated shortly after that. So I would say I was about 6 weeks, and then the pregnancy continued, smoothly. It was great. This time I did that 21-day ultimate reset. And again, I'm eating really cleanly. I'm eating vegan. I took out caffeine again. And guess what? I get pregnant. So Later, I was doing some research and I stumbled upon an article that actually links too much caffeine to miscarriage. And up until this point in time, that had never occurred to me before in my whole life, that there could be a really viable link between miscarriage and having an overstimulated nervous system and too much caffeine in your system. And for me, I think that was probably the thing that I didn't even realize was affecting my fertility or my ability to have children. And it was really eye-opening because I'll be very honest, and this is probably going to be TMI, but y'all know me by now. Y'all know how I roll. We don't use contraceptives. We haven't the majority of our relationship. So for the last almost 5 years that my son has been alive, I haven't conceived again. And with no barrier at all. So to me, it's very telling that I do happen to get pregnant right after I complete this detox. And it's a real detox. So it's like you're really off of stimulants. You're really off of anything, even intense like flavor palettes. Like you're not eating garlic. You're not eating onion. Like it's like a dieta. So if you know anything about shamanic dietas, like that's pretty much what I was on for 21 days. And then I get pregnant, right? So my body was just primed. It was calm. It was clean. It was receptive, you know, and it got pregnant. And I hadn't done this cleanse since it had been 3 years since I had done this detox. And at that time I was taking like a low dose of birth control. So just because I was breastfeeding still or coming off of breastfeeding and my hormones were unregulated. So my doctor wanted me to be on this for like a short period of time. So I was, but I hadn't done that cleanse in 3 years. And so I'm doing it now. And then I notice I get pregnant again. And I'm like, there has to be something about the neurostimulation. Yes, Kobe's just mentioning that, the neurostimulation of just having too much in the nervous system and not being able to hold on to an embryo. And so I don't know if anybody's going to find this helpful, but to me, it was really enlightening because I had never heard about that connection before. And so if you're trying to conceive and this is part of and you're in the middle of your fertility journey, then I recommend that you really cut out the neurostimulants as much as possible and really clean up your diet and see how much that can help you. Because for me, it seems to be the thing that really makes a huge difference. So I had no idea I was pregnant also. For the first 9 weeks of my pregnancy, I was completely asymptomatic, which was very strange because with my first one, I knew right away within 4 weeks of being pregnant, I knew. And so I had no symptoms. I was feeling great. And all of a sudden at 9 weeks, I was so fatigued and all of the nausea hit me. And I'm still dealing like all of that clothes that's right over there. There. I don't even know what direction I'm pointing in because the camera. There. It's not folded because it takes me so much energy to do one task every single day. And I have a 4.5-year-old that I'm homeschooling. So it's really taught me a lot about pacing myself and slowing down and being able to do what I can at any given moment in time. And I'm used to being an overachiever. You guys know me. I do a lot all at the same time. And so having to slow down and really pace is new, but it's also really welcome. And I'm really embracing that part of this particular journey. So I have been working out still. You guys have seen some of my clips in my stories. And I've actually been doing pre and postnatal workouts for my fitness library. So that's something that we have as part of our library is a variety of different pre and postnatal workouts. The newest one we launched is a bar-based program created by Elise Joan, who's the creator of our program called Bar Blend. And her program is like a year long. Like it follows you all through your pregnancy, every trimester, and it goes into postpartum as well. She also teaches breathing techniques, like for mindfulness and things of that nature. She also includes a full nutrition plan in with her program, How to Eat During Pregnancy, which you need to eat a lot, but it's about proportions of what you're eating, right? So I'm creating a custom calendar right now with that program, but also some weight training that is also in the library for trimester appropriate workouts. So we do have trimester 1, 2, and 3 appropriate weight training, strength training workouts. And so right now I'm customizing a calendar, and I will be opening a group soon for any mamas who are at any point in their pregnancy or even postpartum who want to take a hold of that calendar and do that calendar for their well-being. So I am doing that right now, and some days are better than others. I have to like work out 2 days, rest 1, work out 1, rest 1. I can't pull the 6 days a week that I was doing just because I'm winded and I'm tired a lot. Surprisingly, my pre-workout actually handles my nausea, so it helps me with getting rid of the nausea. And my pre-workout is still super clean, and I'm able to use it even while pregnant because it doesn't have anything that's toxic, or even the caffeine grams, like it's 100 milligrams of caffeine. And then I don't have caffeine again the rest of the day. So I don't use it every day either. I only use it when I'm really struggling with energy, which, you know, if you've been pregnant or you are pregnant, some days are better than others. So that, and of course, my micronutrient supplementation is strong with me because I take a prenatal in the morning, and then in the afternoon, evening, I supplement with that. So I'm bookending my days with vitamins and minerals, and that feels really complete for me, and it feels really good. So that's what I've been doing. I do have an aversion to vegetables, which is ironic because, as most of y'all know, I am vegetarian. But raw vegetables right now are not my jam. Cooked vegetables have to be hidden in food. I'm really, really struggling with that right now, and it's just an adjustment that I'm going through. In the process of all of this and adjusting to my body and body's demands, you probably noticed in the post that I shared, we ended up buying a van. My really cute Kia Soul that I loved so much, my alien green, my starseed, she did get traded in for the van, who I named Shadowfax. So if you're a nerd and you're really into Lord of the Rings, you know exactly who that is. And if you're not, you don't know who that is. So I love the van. I'm obsessed with it, actually. I never thought I'd be a van person, but I'm totally a van person. It's the best. So much space, so comfortable, no regrets. So that happened, updated our lives that way. And right now I'm in the process of this office that you see will be becoming a baby room. So I am transitioning my office to my gym. Ironically, my office and gym will have to merge once again. But this time it's going to be real different and way more functional. And I'm hopeful that because the room is so big and there's so much space, that it'll be a much better fit than what I'm accustomed to. So that is happening. There's a lot going on at the same time. This was a big surprise. We were not trying and we were not planning, and it just happened. And we are just rolling with it. We're excited and overjoyed now, but I got to tell you, when we first found out, I was like, what is this? I tell all my friends I almost fell out of the toilet when I just found out, because I literally almost did. My son is stoked, super excited to be a big brother. He's just that kid. He loves babies. He loves children. I think he's going to be super thrilled about it. But this transition has been a lot. And so for those of you who are my patrons and who follow me on Patreon, I've really struggled to curate content, and I've had to really take a step back. You probably all have followed me for my Fireside Friday shows as well. I'm no longer filming those because I honestly don't have the stamina to film for that long. I get winded really quickly. I get tired really quickly, and that material is really exhausting in general. So what I'm doing for my Patreon now is I'm still curating a slideshow, the same slideshow I would show you guys on camera. I'm putting it together with my text commentary, and I'm uploading it into Patreon so that you can go through the slides yourselves and watch the videos and see the things that I've curated. So for now, that seems to be working for me. But I've had to take a step back from a lot of the energy that I was outputting because I just don't have it. I am greatly looking forward to my Unstressed group, my 21-day meditation focus group starting October 5th, because I am really needing that time to get centered and calm right now. I'm really feeling the call to meditate a lot. So I feel like that program couldn't have been launched at a better time for me. I know there are a few of you that had expressed interest in joining and we're still on the fence. So I just want to let you know that we do start Monday. So the choices have to be made rather quickly so that you can get into that group and have access to all of your materials. So if you're interested, please let me know. Basically, it's a morning routine group is what it is. So you're starting your day with 30 minutes of a workout. In my case, I'll be doing the prenatals, but there's plenty of other 30-minute workouts you can choose from. 10 minutes of a meditation from that program, and it's a full 21-day course. So it's designed to teach people who don't know how to meditate. 10 minutes of that, and then 5 minutes of the first meal of your day, just starting the first meal of your day the right way. So really pumped about that group. So excited. The following group I was going to be launching, or I say I was going to be launching because I was going to be participating in it, which is 30-Day Breakaway. It's a really exciting group because it's the first time we've ever launched a running program. So our company decided to put together an outdoor running experience. You can also do it in a treadmill, but she outdoor runs with you and coaches you. But it's a combination of weight training and running. And so I was so excited about that program because I'm not a runner. And I was like, yay, this is my opportunity to try something new. And now here I am. And I do not foresee myself running for this program. I mean, things might change, but I will be facilitating that group, however. So if you are a runner and you really love to run and you're looking for something to do that builds upon itself, this program is totally going to be your jam. And I can give you all the details for that. I'll be doing a video on that specifically soon. But those are our updates. We told all of our family first, of course, and then I just really wanted to talk to you guys about it because I'm like, I'm not posting on social. My energy is clearly much lower, and I'm like, feel like I'm hiding, and authenticity and transparency is huge for me. I value the fact that I bring that to an audience every single day, and then I get to be an example and to teach valuable things, I feel, to you guys and to experience life with you guys. And not being able to share such a cornerstone thing that was happening in my life felt really strange and really inauthentic. So I was like, we just have to tell people now. We got to do it because I just need to get this off my chest. So we are very early. We're still not past that, clearance of the 12 weeks when you're out of the danger zone, so to speak. But I don't feel uncomfortable sharing this information. And I feel very open to whatever this particular experience brings our way. I have a lot of confidence that the pregnancy will remain and it will remain healthy. Just my intuition and what I've tapped into of this sneaky little ninja soul that decided to make her appearance, because I'm suspecting that that's the direction this is going to go for 2020. So, star seeds are coming on strong onto the planet. There's a lot of star seeds being born, a ton of them. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think the earth really needs a higher frequency right now. And so these children that are being born in this era, they are carrying DNA codes that are different than the DNA codes of the people on the planet before them. Even people like me who identify also as a starseed, these children carry a very, very different sequence. And so it is a huge privilege and a huge honor to bring children in during this era, even if it feels complicated and scary and weird. Energetically and spiritually, it's a huge honor. And if you're one of those people, I celebrate you and your contract with that soul to bring them earthside by way of you. That's a really intense contract. I'm in the process of still accepting my own, because clearly there was one. So that's my update. That's where I've been and what I've been up to. And I'm glad to be able to share it now. If you're watching this and you have any questions, maybe you are on your fertility journey, or maybe you're experiencing losses in the story I shared at the beginning of this really impacted you, or, touched you in some way, please feel free to message me and talk to me about it. I'm happy to be a resource in any way that I can. And if you're one of my patrons, thanks for being patient and rolling with me. I'm doing my best, but I feel so tight on energy. And so I'm sure once I transition out of this into the second trimester, it'll be different. and I'll have way more energy and feel a lot better. But for now, this is the season that I'm in. So I love you guys. Thanks for being here for this experience. And you guys have been so sweet. All of your comments and all of your, I'm getting emotional. So supportive and sweet. Thank you so much. I want to close with this because when I first found out and I hadn't made a public announcement yet, I was really freaking out about finding a practitioner, someone to see. I'm really holistic, and I really don't like practitioners that try to push it on you when you're pregnant that you don't feel comfortable with in general, but especially when you're pregnant. And so I went into a mom's group here on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, I went into a mom's group local to my city, and I asked for references. And of course, moms always come through, and I got a ton from strangers, people that didn't know me at all. And so many sweet words and so much encouragement. And it just reminded me the first time I had a baby, I had such horrific postpartum depression and anxiety. And I didn't have anybody to talk to it about it because I was the first friend of mine to really have children near me. And I also didn't have words for what I was experiencing. I just knew that I felt sad all the time. And so I landed in mom groups on Facebook, and it was in the company of strange women that I found such enormous comfort and support. And it really changed the trajectory of my postpartum recovery a ton. I deeply believe that if it wasn't for that support, I would have had a much more challenging experience. So I'm so grateful that social media is a thing. I'm so grateful that these groups exist. And if you're one of those moms and you're watching this video, and we met that way, I am so indebted to you. And I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for helping me in those moments. So it means so much. And just to moms in general, because we're like that. We show up for people all the time. We show up for other moms any way we can. That's just the nature of how we are. And I love that about us. I think that's so incredible. So incredible. So don't shit on social media so much. It has a place and a purpose, and it can be a really beautiful support system for people who are struggling. So just want to close with that. Aw, thanks, Tanya. My son apparently has been praying for this too, because he was so excited. He didn't even know what to do with himself when I told him. He is so proud and so excited already. It's the sweetest thing. I think that's probably my favorite part of announcing this pregnancy has been watching his reaction. That's been really rewarding for me. So I love you guys. I'll be updating soon. Watch my stories. I talk in there a lot, and I'll be updating you a lot in there. And again, if you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to share. Love y'all. Have an amazing night. Happy October.